Welcome in or welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a card pull from the I-Ching. So let's see what Spirit has to say for you today. Woo! So this is the present card, and then this is talking about the future, okay? So in the present, your energy, it has a double meaning. It's called the contemplation, okay? And it symbolizes an observer who views things from a distant perspective. On the other hand, it means that you're already seen from a distance and are the focus of attention. The observer in us sees things from afar and understands the whole. Thus, you gain clarity by distance and insight into the greater whole. Those who are able to use these insights are rewarded by great power. Such people are born leaders, as they do not operate with arbitrary rules and force, but lead by intuition and wisdom. Use this good time to gain new insight and to test ideas. Antiquated concepts can now be recognized easily and corrected. Attempt to do justice to people and circumstances and understand each in their connection. In this way, you gain confidence and your relationships will bloom. So between the two cards, and I read this probably differently than some other people, or how the book even says, but I do reversals in the reading of the difference between the lines between the two cards. So we have a change on the second line, the third line, and the fourth line. So for the second line, this is basically like what I just read is the energy of this card, and then this is going to be what your current energy is and what the potential is here, okay? So second line, you are trapped in a subjective, one-sided perspective. If you don't want to be left behind, you need to dismount from your high horse. Only when you are not always trying to focus all the attention on you will you be able to understand what motivates others. So taking a step back and including others in your perspective, okay? Simply put. Third line, when you overcome egotistic and narcissistic pipe dreams, you gain in objectivity. Self-knowledge is not only the result of searching inside, it is also based on the recognition of your own effect on others. So having a proper looking glass mirror perspective, if you don't know what that is, it's a sociology term. It's how we identify ourselves through the lens of others, essentially. How we perceive ourselves by how others perceive us or react to us, okay? Now, we don't want to fall into the imbalance of that where all we care about is what other people think. No, that's not what this is saying. This is calling out there's an imbalance in the other direction. So we don't want to lean too far in one way versus the other. We want to have that nice balance between the two, okay? And then the fourth line is you know how to proceed and how to be successful. Find a field of work where you feel comfortable. By knowing the larger connections and having experience of working with other people, you will achieve much. Okay. So there is a strong possibility for success here, but we have to put a balance to this perspective type of energy. Perspective of the self versus the other. Now, for the future or the outcome, we got the wanderer, the journeying. The earth is full of people and places, and each has their individual history, tradition, freedom, limits, and destinations. The wanderer roams without taking root. He tests and he visits. He collects impressions and information. He may stay for a while, but then he continues to travel towards new destinations. You are especially vulnerable when you travel. You are not protected by a community or by what you know well. Therefore, a traveler needs to be careful and adapt in a friendly way. Keep a low profile with your opinions and guard your passions. It is better to listen and learn what other people think. There we go again with the looking glass mirror perspective. Perhaps this journey does not take place in the outside world, but in your inner realms. Desires lure you, and new ideas and needs start to bloom. A situation may have become so unbearable that it needs to be changed. Wherever your journey may lead you, remain steadfast in your integrity. It is the lighthouse. It is the lighthouse in this sea of the unexplored. Okay, and then for the energy that is the most likely outcome of I don't know how to explain this. Whatever I explained with the other card, okay? I did it good that time. So the lines, okay? So the second line, your confidence, self-control, and reliability will attract support from many quarters. Someone is prepared to support you completely. Okay, so being aware of those around you, being aware if you fall into this pattern of like, nobody can support me, nobody's good enough to support me, I'm fine on my own. There's someone who can support you and they want to support you, okay? And you need to keep a lookout for that. Third line, overestimation of your own capabilities as well as interference in matters that do not concern you is not suitable for your situation. People close to you will withdraw and leave you in a dangerous situation. So again, that's, basically like the second line is saying, you can't do it all on your own. You need to have support from others. That's just how our reality functions, right? So also keeping a focus on things that you were called for, okay? Not like veering off into all of these different topics of issues going on in the world or whatever that don't concern you. There's something that you need to be doing, that you need to be focusing on specifically. Let's see what that is. Hold on. So as far as topics that Spirit is saying A-okay for you to be passionate about and dive into, we have war crimes, okay? Now, as far as a vocation, some options of a vocation, we'll do a few. Sinner. I feel like Spirit's trying to say, like, that shouldn't even be in there. Okay. Well, I think Spirit's trying to say, like, if you want to speak up against stuff like this, you need to be pure of heart. There's something you're doing that's not in line with sticking up against something so extreme, and part of it's being selfish. Herbalist. So getting into plant medicine could really help. Researcher. Okay, cool. Yeah, so a lot of things going on with war and crime has to do with the pharmaceutical companies killing people. So, this could really help. All right. Okay, and then lastly, for the fourth line, possibility of where this energy of the wanderer, the journey is going to take you, we have you understand the art of finding a quiet spot in the darkest storms of life, but now you must move on. Do not forget that you can only keep and constantly carry with you what you possess inside. So this is making me think of maybe like you have an addiction or something that's harmful, and relying on some type of prop, and Spirit is asking you to do away with that. As far as your integrity goes, is the only thing that really matters. And I pulled my fortune cookies. You will be called upon to help a friend in trouble is your fortune. I hope this helped. Please leave a comment down below, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.